Hello, my name is Jeremy, and I'm representing Team Drop, and this is going to be our halftime presentation. So our goal is to create a smartphone application that can successfully detect a phone drop. And why is that, you may ask? Well, the first and foremost, which is going to be our most important point, is that it can help the elderly, disabled, or anyone who had just fallen to have instant response from emergency contacts. Another purpose for this application as well is that it can actually be used for testing or experiments. Now, fall detection and prevention have been a significant area of research and development. Algorithms can be developed and used for detection. Different sensors, such as accelerometers, gyroscopes, along with other sensors on your mobile device, can also help with fall detection as well. And a couple of different consumer devices that a lot of people wear nowadays, such as smartwatches, cell phones, fitness bands, are also getting pretty popular and can also do the following as well.
Hello, my name is Ryan, and I'll be presenting the project plan for the rest of the semester here. This plan will detail exactly what we're doing week by week until the due date of this project. So far, we have working prototypes, or many parts at least have working prototypes in the preliminary results section, which we'll go over. As of now, what's looking like what's going to happen in the future is that during the week of June 25th through July 2nd, we're going to work on this project update presentation and video. The week right after, we'll work on the report associated with this video and add content with the reflection once we meet with other teams. During the week of July 10th through July 16th, we'll work towards a fully completed and functional app for the project demo by July 16th specifically. What this means is that the app will be fully functional and fully tested. And then for the final week of July 17th through the 23rd, we're just going to have the project demo. We're going to submit that and work on the early submission for the final report of this project.
Okay, so going back to preliminary results on why we chose MIT App Inventor. We chose MIT App Inventor due to its simple nature and its capability to be tested easily and quickly. The good thing about MIT App Inventor is that it actually has a companion Android application that one can actually pair with the developing application on the computer to allow easy testing without transferring APKs or plugging in any of your phone devices onto the computer. So it allows us to develop the application with seamless testing. App Inventor also allows anyone to access it since it is browser-based, meaning that regardless of which computer you're using, whether you're on a laptop, working at a cafe, our team members could basically develop it without installing applications on separate computers and devices, such as with using Android Studio. We can also easily import and export every team member's work through .aia files, which we plan on sharing on the teams, on our collective teams folder, where we can import and export them later on to combine everybody's work together.
Hey, so my name is Curtis, and I'm going to be going over our preliminary designs for the front-end interface. So we went ahead and actually chose to use Figma as our main application interface development space, mainly because it's got pretty strong capabilities when it comes to working in parallel and sharing designs. There's a lot of Google Share capabilities for Figma. So this is our home landing page. It's got three options. First one is going to be fall history. So this could be a way to view instances of the device dropping. System settings is a configuration menu for the app, and then a medical profile. So this will just be a page for users to input their medical data, and this can be used for all kinds of different things. So this is what it will look like when the interface has detected a drop. So you'll be prompted asking if you need assistance, or perhaps you just dropped the phone, you didn't actually fall. So the interface will appear when the phone sensors and algorithm detect a fall, and then the user will be prompted as such. So this is what the medical profile page will look like. It's a basic page to input some information about their phone number, healthcare provider, maybe some insurance information, anything that would be helpful for medical services when they arrive on the scene. And then this is what our system settings will look like. So we want to make sure that we comply with all kinds of, whether it be iOS or Android requirements. So we've got two checkboxes. One is to allow the application to run in the background, and the other one is to allow notifications, make sure that the user is okay with this. And then we'll have three settings on our drop sensitivity.
So for this app, we have two different types of push notifications, which is a tap notification and a response allowing notification. The reason why we have two different kinds is to allow for more user customizability in the settings, depending on whether they would like an immediate response capabilities or would like to be taken to the app first before responding to a drop. Both types of notifications have been easily and rapidly prototyped in MIT App Inventor. So the tap notification is something that most people are used to with other apps. This notification will just show the user the app that is sending the notification and a simple message such as, "Did you drop your phone?" And with this notification type, responses are built in to the app interface. As you saw before, it will just bring the user to the screen that asks if they dropped their phone. We have a response allowing notification as well, as you can see on the right. This notification will send the user a particular question or statement, such as, "We noticed a sudden drop. Please confirm what dropped or fell." And the 3 responses that the user can respond with are phone, me, or no fall. This notification type allows for faster action immediately after a fall. Instead of being directed to a specific screen, it can be directed to different parts of the app.
Hi, my name is Dennis, and here are a couple of edge cases that we came up for the project. First of all, we determined that it would be useful for the app to have an accessibility mode for the users on who may have a difficult time using the app. In addition to that, we should try to enable location tracking while the app is being used. In the case that the user is unresponsive or unconscious, we can share the geographical location of the user so that the responders could help pinpoint the drop app user. The drop app won't be triggered if there is no detected falling motion, so we're considering to have a periodic check-in for the users who are more at risk. This will get a bit off tangent from the original purpose of the app, which is to detect falling, but it could be a useful way of checking in on the user as well. When a fall is detected, we realize that we want to collect as much information as possible before escalating the situation. One of the ways that we can get more information is by having the front and rear-facing cameras of the phone activate when a drop is detected and the user is unresponsive. This may help the responder with confirming a potentially dire situation and help them act accordingly. Lastly, in case the original responder does not pick up, which is unlikely if EMS is called, we should have backups. Friends or family of the user could be added as emergency contacts to the app. If there's no responder, we'd go down the list until we reach somebody who is able to pick up. This may pose some additional challenges, which we'll mention in the upcoming slides.
Hi, this is Nikhil Gupta, and I will speak about the preliminary results for the sensor. So accelerometer and gyroscope data will be primarily collected and processed on the phone to detect sudden changes in motion and orientation, which will represent the characteristics for a drop. The logic for drop detection is still undergo, but we will use the MIT App Inventor that will use the accelerometer sensor to measure the acceleration in around 3 dimensions. A sudden spike in acceleration followed by a period of free fall will be an indicative of a drop. The gyroscope sensor could also be used to detect changes in orientation, further conforming to a drop event. By setting thresholds for acceleration and changes in orientation, the app will trigger an alert when a particular threshold is exceeded, which will indicate that potential drop. We can also incorporate a delay or a confirmation mechanism to avoid false alarms due to minor bumps or shakes. Now, I will discuss about the overall expected outcome of this whole exercise. First of all, we will have a functional prototype, which team aims to develop as a working prototype that will reliably detect drops using the phone sensors, accurate drop detection. So this will be the primary logic, which will be able to differentiate between a drop and other kinds of movements, minimizing false alarms. There will be a notification system, which means that the app should promptly send notifications to a pre-designated emergency contact when a drop is detected. There will be a user-friendly interface so that users can easily manage their emergency contacts and adjust settings. We also plan to have a thorough testing in terms of real-world scenarios to make sure that app is reliable and effective. And then obviously we want to kind of do a refinement based on the testing feedback.
We also came up with a few of the situations that we problematic to our app idea. One of the more difficult questions that we mentioned before is how to differentiate the motion between a real human dropping or a phone dropping on accident. We have a few ideas about algorithms to address this, but there might not be a definitive way of determining whether a human has fallen without using their response or lack of response as an indicator. Secondly, if EMS was called, we would be kind of assuming that the user has health insurance and would be fine with having emergency treatment called for them. If they don't have insurance, this could result in some substantial financial problems after the user receives the hospital bill. We would have to get the user's consent to be able to call EMS if this were the case when they first download and want to have the application start running. The alternative to calling EMS is by having friends and family available on a hotline, but this would require them to be on call forever, which would be burdensome and stressful for all the parties involved. Lastly, because the app would have to be running in the background at all times to effectively track the dropping motion, the application may drain the phone's battery faster than usual.
And that would be it for our presentation. Thank you.